Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about And Just Like Crap, Season 3, 3 seasons, Episode 4, Apples to Apples. Now, where we left off last time is everyone's favorite feminist, Seema. She decided that she did not want to stay on to her job because they got bought out. Her senior partner sold his shares of the company to this guy named Ryan Serhant. And she does not want to work for this guy because he is a straight white male. And we know that no woman on this show can ever work for a straight white male, much less, have any sort of let any sort of man like that have any sort of power over her. Because that just not how it works in real life. Right, ladies? Okay, all those corporations that you work for, okay, that you earned your way to become a high level middle management, all those corporations, none of them are run by men. They're all run by women, okay? So you really showed it to us, okay? Anyway, and this show does that as well. So there's no way she's going to work for a straight white man. Ain't going to happen, not on this show. So he tells her she needs to get her stuff and get the hell out, which is exactly what I would say as well. Okay, but so she feels mistreated. Basically he treated her the way she treats every single man on this show. Every single man that tries to be nice to her, that tries to show her interest. I know, believe it or not, even though she's like ugly as hell, there's actually men that flirt with her on this show. There's actually men that want to go out with her. There's actually men that fall in love with her on this show. Oh my God. I know, man. This show belongs on the Sci-Fi Channel, doesn't it? This should be in between like Walking Dead and like Star Wars, right? Exactly. I know. Guys actually try to hit on her. So she basically gets treated the way she treats all the men on the show, all the straight men on the show. Okay, and she feels that it's not fair. Okay. That she doesn't like being talked down to that way. She doesn't like the way she's being treated, so she decides to quit and start her own business, okay? At the young age of 60 years old. She wants to start her own business. She wants to start all over again because it's more important to her that her name is on the letterhead, okay? Her name on that letterhead. That's the most important thing. And I'm thinking great, 60 years old is not too late to start your business all over again, start your life all over again. And I understand why she wants to do it. The reason she wants to start her life all over again, from the bottom up, is because she is young. She's only 60 years old, and she wants to leave a legacy for her children, and for her husband. She wants to, that way all the money she makes, she can only spend the money that she's going to be, the millions and millions and millions of dollars that she's going to be making with her own business. She's only got maybe 30, 40 years to spend that money, and then she's going to pass away, and then she can leave that to her kids and her grandkids, set up trust funds for them, make sure her husband, God forbid, she passes away before her loving husband does, leave something for him as well, so that he doesn't have to work so hard. That's why she's doing. Oh, wait a minute! No, I forgot. She has no kids and she has no husband, no boyfriend either. So basically, when her money, when she dies, where's all her money going to go? It's going to go nowhere. Is she going to leave it to Carrie? Why? Carrie has already got a ton of money. Okay, Carrie's got money to burn. Okay, she inherited all her money when she killed her husband, so she has no money problems at all. None of the people on the show have any money problems. So. So what is there? Okay, she has no kids. She has no grandkids. Is she going to leave her parents even alive? I don't know. We met her parents in season 1, and I remember there was an episode of Sex and the City where where Seema's dad tried to sleep with Samantha. I'm not making that up. Look it up. Okay, the same actor that played Seema's dad in the first season of this crap show, okay, was in a first season episode with Samantha where he tried to sleep with her. Okay, I'm not making that up. All right. So besides the fact that Seema's dad tried to sleep with Samantha a long time ago, is he even still alive now? Maybe he is. Are they going to get the money? How much time do they have to spend her money? No, there's nobody. She has nothing to leave anybody to. She has a wonderful apartment that I'm sure she sold to herself. But what kind of legacy? She has nothing. She's not close to her family. She has no nephews or nieces that she's close to that she's going to leave everything to. She has no kids. She has no husband, no brothers and sisters, no nothing. So why even bother, Seema? How about you just take the money that you have right now, okay, and just stay with this guy? You're good at selling. Just stay there, okay? And if you got 5 years to retire, and then just retire. That's it. Then you can spend full time trying to find a boyfriend, okay, or a thing. And then after you turn 65, you can spend the rest of your life, spending money on gay male gigolos who are going to pretend that they love you and they're going to have sex with you for money, and they're just going to spend all the money you spend on them and give it to their boyfriends. That's what you got to look forward to. Because no real honest to God, high value man is going to have anything to do with you, Seema. You look like a pig. You stuff yourself with Fritos and KFC, okay, and Burger King and Arby's, okay. You smoke like a chimney. You do not exercise at all, but yet you think you're high class. Oh my God, you drink like a fish as well, okay. You're not gonna live to be 65, so why the hell are you worried? You got no worries, Seema. You got no worries. You're over here stressing about how men are all bad, okay. You're not gonna live long enough to have a boyfriend. So what the hell, okay? You don't have any kids. You're not gonna have any fucking kids. So what the hell? What the hell's the problem here? Just work there. Just suck up your pride and just damn work there. You've got enough money. Go work at Arby's. You love Arby's so much. Go fucking work at Arby's. At least they'll give you benefits. Okay? Until you turn 65. Then you're done. You don't have to worry about shit anymore. I mean, come on. Right? The government's going to get all your money because you have no heirs. Okay? Who are you going to make the will out to? There's nobody to make it out to. Who are you going to give it to? Carrie? Carrie's already got more than enough money. What's she going to do with your money? She's going to add it to the pile that she throws in the fireplace. That's all she's going to do. So what the hell? What the hell? Look at Carrie. Carrie's got millions and millions and millions of dollars, and she don't know what to do with it. She can't even buy furniture for her house that she moved into that she bought 2 years ago. Okay, what the hell she got? She's got no kids. Okay, she's got no husband anymore. Apparently he had no family either. He had a brother that we saw in one episode, and that's it. Okay, nobody from Big's side of the family showed up at his wedding. He had no best man. He had no parents. We met his mom in season 1 of Sex and the City. That was the last time we saw her, so I'm pretty sure she's dead by now. So what the hell? She's got nobody. Who's she gonna leave her money? Who's Carrie gonna leave her money to when she dies? Nobody. Is she going to leave it to her girlfriends, Miranda, Charlotte, okay? Seema? Is she going to leave it to them? What the hell are they going to do with it? They're not going to live much longer than she is. So what the fuck? There's no legacy. There's nothing. There's nobody to carry on the name. No pun intended. There's nobody. They got nothing. You see what I mean? So busy trying to be a boss, bitch, they missed out on life. On life. Okay, now I'm not saying every single person needs to get married and have kids. Obviously, none of these women have any business getting married. Okay? They're all pieces of crap. Every single one of them. Okay? I'm disgusted that they're even trying to find a boyfriend, to be honest with you. Okay? They're all worthless pieces of trash. They're all unattractive, inside and out. Okay? But, if you're going to do something, if you're going to bust your ass so hard, if you're going to work so hard for something, which most of these women didn't do. A lot of them earned their money. Look at Charlotte, okay? She got that apartment they live in with her husband and her family. She got that in a divorce. She didn't work for that. She didn't earn the money to buy that place. You see what I mean? So like these women just have stuff given to them. Okay? Like what for what? For what? You can't take this stuff with you. When you go, you go. What are you gonna do? What's all this money going? Where's it going? It's going nowhere. It's just sitting there. It's going nowhere. It's going to be in probate court. Like I said, the only people you're close to is Miranda and Charlotte. What are they going to do with it? Charlotte's got enough money. She don't need yours. What's Miranda going to do with it? She don't need your money. What the fuck? There's nobody. There is nobody. Nobody. It's pretty sad. That means when you're gone, you're gone. Okay, nobody's going to carry you on. No, and I don't mean that. No pun intended. But there's going to be no legacy here. And that's sad. That's sad that your whole life was all about like fucking and shoes and drinking with your girlfriends. That's what your entire life was for all the women there. It sure as hell wasn't about being a mom. It wasn't about, being a wife. No, all of you were so concerned with your damn freaking your damn careers. That was the most important thing. Even Charlotte now, even her 30 grand a year job selling bad artwork, okay, to people like Sam Smith, okay, that is the focus of her life now. Okay, that's pretty sad. Okay, I know these women were role models. Okay, a lot of you are older now. You know better. You know, you were young girls when Sex and the City came out, and you watched the show and you idolized them. You idolized their clothes. You know, you idolized their the way they walked. Okay, their catchphrases. You idolized the way they felt about sex. You know, all that stuff. Okay, and then you actually got older and you realized that you were given a bill of goods. Okay, this is not something that men find attractive. This is not something that's going to make you a high-value woman. It's going to make you a low-value woman. A low-value woman. High-value men do not go for low-value women. You will never see that. You will never, ever see that. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You know, life is hard enough to find a good guy out there. Okay, it's bad enough trying to find a guy who meets all these requirements. Okay, and if you do happen to find that guy, you're going to have to compete with a lot of women to get that guy. And let me tell you something, okay? The woman with the most body count loses. Automatically, because no high-value man wants to be with a woman who's got more bodies than Hitler. Okay, no guy wants to be with a woman who's smoked more meat than Hickory Farms. Okay, and that's the truth, and that is honest God truth. Why do you think former porn stars they can't marry high-value men? Okay, they end up with guys that like work at like Firestone or something. You know, they end up with guys that that work at Walmart. Okay, they're not going to get some famous actor or some famous movie producer, okay, or some famous director to marry them. No guy's gonna wife that up, okay. When everyone's seeing you, in Dark Meat 15, no guy's gonna take a woman like that seriously. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. Okay, and no straight guy, and no straight high value guy, or at least a guy with self-respect, would take any of these women seriously. I mean, even best case scenario, and I'm talking like late 90s, okay, when the women were somewhat attractive back then. Okay, not now. Okay, yeah, you would have gotten low value men would have sex with you. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and some high value men would have had sex with you. Absolutely. Okay, but they wouldn't have put a ring on it. They wouldn't have stayed with you. You would have been a slow Tuesday. Okay, and I'm telling you that, and I'm nowhere near as high value as the character of Big. Okay, nowhere near as high value as these guys that were on Sex and the City. Nowhere near there, okay? I wasn't nothing like Dick Good, Richard Good, the hotel executive. Nothing like that. I'm nowhere near their level, okay? But even I can pull hotter girls than Samantha and Carrie, okay? And I did back then, all right? And I still do. So, no, I am living proof, okay, that you don't have to meet all those requirements to get better women than them, okay? I know the show makes you think you do, but you don't. Oh my God. And I'm nobody, okay? And I pulled better than those women. All right, well, that's what I give you here, straight man's point of view, whether you like it or not. So if you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the hell out of here right now. I will not censor myself to spare your feelings because I know how sensitive you are. I know on this show, it's the men that are all sensitive, but in real life, it's the women that are all sensitive. They're the ones that always got to comment. Oh my God, Ed, that was sexist. That was racist. That was homophobic. That was, the hell with you. The hell with you, okay? Just because you live in your little bubble doesn't mean the rest of us do, okay? And I'm going to pop your bubble. So if you're offended, get the hell out of here right now. The real question you need to ask yourself, deep down inside in here, is can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Because I know damn well you cannot. Can't handle it. You can't handle this. Can't handle it. Now, where do we leave off? Yeah, Seema, so she's quitting her job. She does not want to work for a straight white man. The idea of having to, answer to him, no, not going to happen. She'd rather, live out on the street than do that. Okay, so that's going on here, so we know that. Okay, now Carrie is over in Virginia with Aiden and his piece of crap son Wyatt and his nice son Homer. Okay, and they're having sex here in the guest house, I think. Okay, and Carrie asked Aiden about the table that she wanted to buy. Now, this was a major plot point on this show, was Carrie actually wanted to buy a table for her house because she's been living there for 2 years and she has no furniture. Okay, but she found a perfect table for her and her boyfriend, Aiden, who's only been in that house twice in the past 2 years. And she wants to buy it, but she don't want to buy it unless Aiden wants it too. Okay, so she asked him about hey, should I buy this or not? What do you think of it? And he sent her back a thumbs down emoji. And so she stressed about this for like 3 episodes. Okay, seriously, she didn't call him and say, hey, listen, what's wrong with the table? I really want to buy it. And she didn't once think to herself, hey, you know what's my house? It's my fucking money. If I want to buy the fucking table, I will. Because at the rate we're going, Aiden's not even going to be living here for another 5 years, so it doesn't fucking matter if he likes it or not. Worst case scenario, he moves here in 5 years, he hates the table, and I send it back. Or I sell it and I get another table. Big fucking deal. No, none of that goes through her mind. Okay, no, it's just why did he send me that? Why didn't he tell me? Why didn't he talk to me? What's wrong with the table? What's wrong with us? Oh my God, I think I'm gonna fuck the gardener now. Okay, that kind of thing. Because the littlest thing will make her cheat on him. Okay, so she asked him about that, you know, and he said like, well, you wanted a quick response, so I gave you a quick response. I give you a thumbs down emoji. Big deal. You know, it's not worth stressing 2 episodes over it. That's going on here, okay? And she says that she envisioned their whole lives as sitting at that table. Your whole lives? You're going to be alive for like another 3 years, okay? Then one of you is going to be dead by then, okay? You're both in your 60s, okay? And I know Aiden is like in his mid-60s, okay? So, yeah, you ain't got that much time. You ain't got that much time, all right? So, no, I'm sorry, but it's true. This is ridiculous. They're acting like they're 19 and just got engaged or some shit. Okay, no. Carrie is like 60, 61 years old. John Corbett is like 65, 63, somewhere around there. Okay? I mean, I know he's married to Bo Derek in real life, and she was hot like in 1980, 1979. Okay, but it's not 1979 anymore. They're old. People get old. Why can't they just accept that? Gosh. Why do they gotta do all this shit to their face and try to act like they're young again? This is stupid. It's ridiculous. You know? How the hell are the women that watch Sex and the City, you know, in the early 2000s, how the hell are they supposed to grow up when their icons and role models are acting like they're fucking still in their 20s? And they're not. This is stupid. My God. You see what the selfish life gives you? There's an old proverb, and I'm going to tell it to you right now. If you spend your entire life only thinking about yourself, you will end up being the only person that does. And that is the truth. You want to live that selfish lifestyle like these women have been living for the past 30 freaking years? Okay, this is what's in front of you, ladies. Loveless marriages, kids that don't respect you, focused on superficiality, Botox, you know, Ozempic, you know, cheating on your husbands, feeling lonely, depressed, Adderall, you know, whatever other prescription drugs are out there for women. Okay, because 1 out of every 3 adult women in this country are on some sort of an antidepressant. Okay? Wishing you were young again, trying to rekindle old romances. You know, this is your future. No kids. No kids. Because having kids got in the way of the career, remember? No boyfriend. Because it's better to fucking sleep around and taste all these different dicks. And by the time you realize, oh my God, I'm lonely. None of these guys want to take me seriously. It's too late. You've aged out. You've aged out of the market. And no good guy wants anything to do with you. See what I mean? These are not good things. But just because the show Sex and the City, and definitely this show, don't talk about those things, doesn't mean they're not real. They're very real. I've been alive long enough to see that. I've seen women that were riding the cock carousel in the early 2000s, okay, late 90s, because they were young and they were beautiful, and they thought they were just going to be like that forever. And now they're my age, today, and they got nothing. They got a great job, but they got no one to spend it with. No serious man is going to take them seriously. So the only guys they can get are these young guys, you know, that look really good, but she's got to pay them to give her attention. She's got to pay them. Like when they go to Jamaica together, she's got to pay his ticket. She's got to pay for the room. She's got to pay for the dinner they're going to have. You see what I mean? What kind of life is that? Okay, last time I checked, men are supposed to take care of the woman, not the other way around. But that's what they're stuck with. By being a boss bitch for so long, they end up having to be the one that takes care of the man. Because if they don't do that, they're not going to have any men. And these guys don't care about her. It's like that guy, like Smith Jerrod. Remember Smith Jerrod on Sex and the City? Remember he was that super good looking guy, that Samantha's boy toy? Remember all she did for him? She got him on that poster in Times Square. Okay, remember what she did for his acting career? She acted as his publicist and all that. Remember that? Okay, that's true. I know guys that do that. Okay, they use rich women to get what they want. They don't care about these women at all. And for all of you women who go like, that is so wrong. Okay, let me tell you something. These guys aren't doing anything that women have not been doing since the beginning of time. Okay? But you're right. It's not right. It's not fair. But that's all they got left. No guy is going to take them seriously. Okay? No ordinary guy that's their age is going to want to date any of these women. Okay? They're run through. Okay? They've aged out. Their pussies are all stretched out. What the hell are you going to do with that? Nothing. It's just a bottomless pit. No. Any guy with self-respect wants better than these women. And that's the truth. Okay? These women aren't role models. They weren't role models back then. If you looked at videos I made when I was reviewing Sex and the City, I kept warning all of you women on there, this is not what men really want. This is not it. Okay? I know you wish it was, and I know it turns you on to think that it's true, but it's not true. Okay? Samantha doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Neither do any of these other women. This is not what men find attractive. And that's the truth. These chick flicks always get it wrong. There's no straight guys involved in making these movies. There's no straight guys involved in making this show. The last movie I reviewed was The Devil Wears Prada. And I guarantee there was no straight men involved in that movie at all. At all. Even the straight guys in that movie acted gay. All right? So let's get the hell out of here with this nonsense. All right? Anyway, okay, let's get back to the show. Okay, so that's going on here. She envisioned her whole life with Aiden on this table, which is stupid. He asked Carrie to spend some time with her sons. Okay, spend some time with them. Let them get to know you, blah, 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 that kind of thing, right? Spend the whole day with them. Okay? He's like, you gotta play games. We play a lot of games here, like you can play apples to apples, Monopoly, Sorry, Shoots and Ladders, stuff like that. And she's like, well, we're already playing a game. This is already a game between you and me. We're already playing mind games. Hey, women love mind games, all right? And that's the truth. Women love mind games. Okay? They love getting there, the mind fucking. They love it. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's true. All right, anyway, so he tells her that she'll sleep in the bedroom tonight. Okay, he's like, yes, you can sleep in my bedroom tonight. You don't have to sleep out here in the guest house by yourself like you did last night, that kind of thing, All right, so the next scene here is Lisa Tado Wexley, the black woman on the show. She's talking in her sleep again, which is annoying her husband, Herbert, but it doesn't really matter. Herbert's a soy boy, pussy, limp dick, beta male, closeted homosexual. So it does not matter, okay, what she does to him. He's just going to fucking take it. Like he takes it when she pegs him in the ass. He takes that too. When she tells him you're going to be a comptroller, he's like, yes, sweetheart, I'll do it for you. That kind of crap, all right? He has no balls. He has no authority in his own house. He's basically a black version of Harry. Yes, and he's bald too, just like Harry is, all right? So, of course, she's Charlotte's best friend. Anyway, so that's going on. She's talking in her sleep, keeping him awake, okay? All right, he tells her that she'll, he tells her, where's it here? Oh, yeah, so he tells her that, hey, she keeps saying, hey, in the middle of that, hey, and that's keeping him awake, all right? He's like, I think, yeah, hey, yeah, I think, hey, like that, okay? Well, that's keeping him awake, so he gets up and goes to the guest room to get some sleep. He just gets up out of bed and doesn't wake her up and tell her to shut up. He just gets up out of bed and goes to the guest room to sleep, okay? Because it's her sleep that's more important, not his, okay? So the next morning, she berates him for not being in bed when she woke up, and he tells her, hey, sweetheart, I really need to get my sleep, and you're talking in your sleep, you're keeping me awake, and I'm not going to have any energy to deal with the day. And she's like, don't you realize what happens when couples are no longer sleeping in the same bed? That's the beginning of sleep divorce. Anyway, so she says she doesn't apologize to him for her talking in her sleep, for keeping him awake. She doesn't apologize to him at all, because no woman ever apologizes to a man on this show, unless it's a gay man. All right. So she says she's only going to keep talking in her sleep until she hires someone. She hires an editor for her documentary, her bullshit documentary that she's been working on for 9 years. That's all about pioneering black female lesbians. All right. Yeah. So she needs to hire an editor so that she can spend another 9 years to finish it. Okay, so that's going on. Okay, and she does not, like I said, she does not apologize to him for keeping her awake. No woman on this show apologizes to their men ever. Okay, she's afraid that if she hires the male editor, okay, his name's Marion Odell. Is that his name? I don't remember. Something gay. Every character on the show is gay. Yeah, who knows? I don't even remember. What the hell was that guy's name? Marion something. I think it was Marion O'Neill or some crap. No, he's not Irish. I don't. It's gonna bug me now. He's gonna bug me now. His name is Marion Odin. Sorry, Marion Odin. Yeah, played by a 6'5" NBA player, motherfucker. Right? Okay. So she's deciding whether to hire him or not, but she's attracted to him. Of course she is. All right, he's fucking Jax from Mortal Kombat. Okay, but she's afraid to hire a male editor on the project that's about black feminist lesbian trailblazers. Okay, she's afraid that if she does, she'll get dragged all over social media for it. Okay, well, how the hell are you gonna get dragged all over social media? Okay, you already don't hire white people. Okay, you already don't hire white people. So how is this gonna bother you? How is this gonna ruin your reputation? Okay. Everyone already knows that you do not hire white people at all. Okay, you can't stand white people for the most part. I mean, yeah, they're good enough to hang out with, at the gay bakery, but they're not good enough to actually employ at your business, are they? Okay, yeah, those freaking honkies, absolutely. So yeah, okay. So Herbert tells her, "Hey, sweetheart, as long as he's not white, you're good." I'm not making that up. That's what he said. As long as he's not white, then you're good. Just hire him. Even. Just like that. This is supposed to be a progressive show. This is supposed to be anti-racist, Anti-racist. That means they're not racist, right? It's the opposite of racism, isn't it? Isn't it? There's racism, okay? And then there's anti-racism, right? Right? No, there's not. No, there's not. There's no such thing as anti-racism, okay? I'm going to burst your bubble here, okay? I'll try to explain it to you. For you libtards out there, I'll try to spell it out for you, okay? There's only two things. You're either racist or you're not a racist. That's it. You're either racist or you're not racist. There's no anti-racist crap, okay? Either you judge people based on their ethnicity and the color of their skin, or you don't. That's it. There is nothing else, okay? You notice I did not give you the examples of the skin colors, did I? You know why? Because it doesn't freaking matter. If you judge people, whether good or bad, based on the color of their skin, you are a racist. If you don't do that, then you're not. That's it. That's all there is. That's it. Which one of those does Lisa and her husband fall into? Exactly. They're racist. Now, the next scene is Aiden. We're back to Aiden again. Aiden asks his sons, he talks to his sons outside, and he says, like, to show Carrie around the little farm that they have, or the ranch that they have, whoever knows what the hell it is, okay? To show them around and show her what they do there, okay? So Wyatt's like what? What do we do here, Dad? What, hide the beer? Because he's a piece of shit, And Carrie shows up in a country dress. Yes, she does. She calls herself Little House on the Prairie. Get it? There's a show in the late 70s, early 80s called Little House on the Prairie with Melissa Gilbert and what was his name? Michael Landon was the dad. Yeah. I used to watch a few episodes when I was a kid. I watched the reruns after school. And Little House on the Prairie, which was based on the life of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Okay, and I watched the show. Yeah, remember the little girl running down? She's running down the hill during the end credits, with all the sunflowers and dandelions. She's like, yeah, that thing. Yeah, I remember that show. So anyway, so she says, I'm Little House on the Prairie. Okay, I guess whatever that means. Anyway, the next scene Next scene is Miranda. Miranda meets with Joy. Joy's that ugly lesbian with the pale skin and the long red hair. Okay, but she's British. Okay, and they do some very cringe flirting. Okay, Miranda asks her out to Carrie's house after I guess she's gonna meet with some friends. Joy's gonna meet with some of her British friends that are flying into New York, and then afterwards, Miranda says, "Well, why don't you come over to the house that I'm house sitting at? Okay, and we can have some drinks there." Okay, and Miranda says, like, you can have a drink, and I'll have some green tea and whatever. And she's like, oh, drinks, tea, and whatever. What a combo. Right? It's like, I'd like that, but I'll still be expecting a check for helping you with your television presence. Ha 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 ha. That kind of thing, right? Okay, and then what I'm wondering myself here is, do lesbians really flirt like this? Lesbians out there, do you really flirt like this? Like the way Miranda and Joy are doing it? Because this is cringe. Like even guys with no social skills do not flirt like this. Okay, anyway, so Miranda does the live woke live broadcast for whatever woke cause she works for. I don't give a shit. They're all the same. Hate white people, gays better than straight, all that kind of stuff. She does a broadcast in front of the UN for the very, very woke BBC. And Miranda says, she's talking in there and she says, in a wild countryside, like that. Countryside. Okay, so basically she said in a wild cunt. Okay? Okay. And she catches it. Of course, everyone catches it, but it was a live broadcast, so everyone saw it. Okay, next scene, Homer, Wyatt, and Carrie, they're fishing. Okay, out in the woods. Okay, by a lake or a pond or whatever, and Carrie says, and just like that, I'm fishing. Of course she's fishing, because she hates the country. She hates the grass, she hates nature, she hates animals, she hates bugs, all the, insect repellent, summer dresses out there. She hates all that shit, okay? She's not an outdoorsman at all, okay? She hates it, she's like, oh, I hope I can catch some salmon. And Wyatt says, you can't catch salmon out here, okay? This is Virginia, not Alaska. Fishing is boring. Because he's a piece of shit ADHD kid. I'm sorry, he is. He's annoying as fuck. I can't stand him. Anyway, so that's going on. Okay, so Carrie is she's been insulted by this kid all day. Okay, he don't like her at all. So she just turns around and she tries to be nice. And I'll give her props for that. She does try to be nice to this kid. And she asks him, okay, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Okay? So the very next scene, Carrie walks into the shed, the garage or whatever. Aiden's in there. And she goes in there. She tells them, hey, we're going to go kill zombies. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, that's what your son wants to do. He wants to go out. You told me to spend time a whole day with your sons. And that's what I'm doing. And they want to go to the mall or whatever, the virtual reality place. And they want to shoot at zombies. Okay. So we're going to go shoot at zombies. Okay. Some VR place. All right. And Aiden says hell no. Well, then why the fuck didn't you just tell her that? Okay, before you told her to spend all day with your fucking sons so that you wouldn't have to do it, to be their therapist, to give you a break, why didn't you tell her some ground rules? You see what I mean? This is stupid, He says, hell no. He's like, and why just use you? He just wants to get back on his computer screens, okay? And that ain't happening. Okay, well, why didn't you tell her that before you fucking asked her to spend all day with your fucking kids? What the fuck? You get mad at her for shit you never told her what she can and cannot do? This is bullshit. Anyway. So she says, look, Aiden, I want to bond with Wyatt, okay? I really am trying to bond with Wyatt. So Aiden says, okay, fine, but you're not going to kill zombies without me. So he decides to go with him, all right? So there's that, okay? The next scene we have here is we're at Carrie's house, and Brady sends her a meme. He sends her a meme of herself saying wild cunt over and over again on the cell phone. She's like, what? It's like a TikTok meme, okay? Of Miranda saying wild cunt, wild cunt, wild cunt over and over again, all right? Okay, so she went viral. Miranda went viral, okay? And because she's not likable, okay, because she's a home-wrecking retard, woke retard, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't give a shit, okay? Trying to make Miranda sympathetic is not going to work, okay? In the very first season of this piece of shit, she was never really sympathetic to begin with. She's always been a man-hating bitch. She's always been the type of woman that hated herself for being attracted to cock. I'm serious, okay? She always was reluctant to get with a guy unless her pussy just told her she had to. Okay, and that's the truth. She never liked being around men. She sure as hell never wanted to be a partner with a man. Okay, she didn't even want to have fucking Brady. She wanted to have an abortion. Okay, because that would have gotten in the way of her career. Okay, so she never really ever liked men. Okay, but to see her struggling with her lesbianism, struggling, trying to get dates, trying to go out with women, despite the fact that she's fucking ugly as fuck. All right, and a lesbian, watching her struggle to meet a woman to fall in love with is not sympathetic at all, because I don't give two shits about her. I don't care about Miranda. She blew up her family. She ruined her marriage. She cheated on Steve, who was a very, very likable, straight up guy, a good guy, much better than she ever fucking deserved, and she fucked him over. She fucked him over. So how the hell should I give two fucking shits about her love life? I don't. I don't care if she never finds a woman. I couldn't give two fucking shits. I don't want to see her cringe flirting with fucking butt ugly lesbians like Rosie O'Donnell and this bitch. I don't care. I don't like Miranda. She's a fucking cunt and a half. She's never been fucking likable. She wasn't likable back on Sex and the City either. She was just younger back then. But she was a cunt back then as well. She's always been unlikable. I never gave two shits about her. I don't care about her life. I hope she never fucking finds anybody. I could care fucking less. So trying to make her sympathetic by making her nervous and awkward with other women is not going to make me like her more. It's not going to make me root for her. She's a fucking woke libtard piece of shit. What else is there to know? So Brady's working at the kitchen of Scout. Scout is the bar and grill that his dad owns, Steve owns. He named it after his dog from Sex and the City. Yes, I remember that now. Okay, and he works there. He works there for his dad. He's like chopping up fucking French fries or something, And you see on the board there next to where he's working, it says Friday meat order, Saturday clean grill, Sunday blow me, and then Monday blow you. Yes, I'm pretty sure Michael Patrick Queen has something to do with this, okay? I bet you thought we wouldn't catch that, right? Anyway, Miranda berates her son Brady, yes, the ginger with Brady. We know, we were there when he was born, okay? She berates Brady for making fun of her, yeah. And now she's self-conscious. She's self-conscious that maybe Joy's not going to want to go out with her now because this meme of her saying cunt over and over again went viral. Okay, next scene, Carrie and crew are killing zombies. I guess they're at the mall or some shit. Okay, and they're playing VR games, whatever. And I'm going to stop right here because I've had about enough. Okay. But I will continue with this piece of shit show. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.